What's going on, guys? JSR15 here, and welcome back to another Pokemon episode review. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all of you that's been checking out the past few Pokemon episodes review I've been doing. Most of them have all been breaking 100 views, if not 200, maybe even 300 on one of them. So a big thank you to all of you for checking them out. But we're back once again, another week, which means another Pokemon episode aired. And this week's episode is a lot better than last week's episode. Last week, I know I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, I think. This one was a lot better. With that being said, let's just jump into this week's episode review. So this week's episode is episode 132, Overcome Decidueye. So the episode once again opens up with a preview of what happened last episode. We then get to see that Wingull. Do you remember the Wingull from last episode when it was talking to Rowlet and it flew off? Well, the Wingull has landed on Melemele Island and gone to Rowlet's old home. If you remember back in the day, Rowlet used to live with a Toucannon, a Trumbeak, and loads of Pikipeks. Well, the Wingull has gone there. Now, Wingull and Toucannon are talking in Pokemon language, so we don't really know what they're saying, but it sounds like Wingull is telling Toucannon that Rowlet's going to have a fight with Decidueye, and he needs their help. Toucannon, Trumbeak, and all the Pikipek decide to head off to the League. We now get to see Pikachu and Rowlet doing some special training. Well, that is until Ash's friends decide to interrupt them and talk to them all. All of Ash's friends are quite worried that Rowlet will lose, as he is at a big disadvantage against Decidueye. Rowlet being the first stage evolution and Decidueye being the final stage evolution. So yeah, Rowlet, I mean, even in my opinion, Rowlet is at a little disadvantage there. Anyway, Ash decides he's going to stick with Rowlet, obviously, because Rowlet believes in him and Ash believes in Rowlet. If you remember, Gladion and James will have their battle first, and then it will be Ash and How. So yeah, all of Ash's friends head off to see Gladion do his battle. We're then flying over to Team Rocket, and we see James, who is very nervous about going up against Gladion. I think they've battled before, and I'm pretty sure Gladion destroyed them both, but James is a bit nervous. Jessie's telling him, you better win, or else, you know, there's going to be big trouble. Anyway, Jessie then gives James her Z-Ring and says, go for it. Now it's time for the first battle of the episode. Gladion versus James. James, of course, goes for his Mareanie, as it's the only Pokemon he owns, while Gladion decides to use his Midnight Lycanroc. Straight off the bat, Mareanie goes for a Sludge Bomb, while Lycanroc decides to dodge it. We then see Rowlet, who goes for a Razor Leaf, while Pikachu uses Iron Tail. Rowlet then uses a Tackle and flies straight into the ground and falls asleep. Either that or Rowlet knocks himself out. Just then, while Ash is trying to wake up Rowlet, Toucannon flies over and lands with Rowlet. Rowlet is absolutely astounded that Toucannon is there, super happy, and gives them all a big hug and a big hello. As it has been a year, maybe 2 years since Rowlet's probably seen them. Anyway, we see Pikipek and Rowlet all at the sidelines while Toucannon and Trumbeak are trying to teach Rowlet a brand new move. That move being Feather Dance. If you played the games, Feather Dance is a move that makes the opponent's Pokemon weaker. Well, in the anime, it kind of looks like a sort of protect. Flying back over to the main battle, we see Mareanie, who is on the ground and looking very injured. Lycanroc goes for a Swords Dance, while James decides to use his Z move. While James and Mareanie are building up their Z move, Gladion decides to go for his Z move as well. So now we've got Z move versus Z move. While Gladion and Lycanroc are getting in sync for their Z-move, it really reminded me of when Ash and Greninja used to get their battle bond together. They were making one of the Pokemon more invisible, so it was like they go in front of each other, getting together. It really reminded me of when they used to do the Ash Greninja battle bond. But anyway, Mareanie goes for the Black Hole Eclipse, while Lycanroc can't remember that Z-move, but he picks up the big boulder and throws it into the black hole, basically cancelling each other out. Now, if any of you remember, that is actually the same way that Ash managed to beat Nanu all them years ago. I say all them years ago, it was probably last year. And Nanu did remember that, as he says, wow, Gladion's using the same move that Ash kid did. So yeah, it seems like Nanu does remember their battle. Anyway, both Z-moves cancel each other out. Lycanroc then goes for a Stone Edge and throws Mareanie to the ground, knocking Mareanie out. Which means Gladion is the first one to go through to the top 4. Now it's for the second and main battle of the episode, How versus Ash. How is of course using his Decidueye, while Ash of course is using his Rowlet. Now Rowlet is wearing a brand new outfit. He's wearing a Decidueye costume or a Decidueye outfit. Maybe it's to give Rowlet a bit more confidence. Maybe it's to make Decidueye a bit more scared and a bit more worried. But anyway, it looks pretty good on Rowlet. I will say that. It looks pretty decent on him. Anyway, let's see if Rowlet actually managed to learn the move Feather Dance or not. So the battle kicks off and we see move after move in super quick. I think in 5 seconds we saw 6 different moves. It went really quick. Decidueye and Rowlet both throws out moves while the other one decides to dodge it and blocks it. But then on the third move of the battle, so Rowlet's done 2 moves, and then on the third move of the battle, Ash decides to go for his Z move. And at this point I'm thinking, oh, Ash. Is this where Ash is going to lose this battle? Trying to get too confident, too cocky, and he goes for the Z move straight away. So Ash and Rowlet decide to go for the Z move, Bloom, Doom. And while this is going on, Decidueye decides to go for a tactic and flies above the Z move, dodges it completely, which means Decidueye is completely unharmed by that Z move. Decidueye then decides to go for a Spirit Shackle, which basically glues Rowlet to the floor. Now How and Decidueye can go for their Z move. Now I will say this, before they actually do the Z move and after they've done the Spirit Shackle, How did say that he's been researching Ash and researching all the moves, and that did remind me of Sawyer from last year. If any of you remember Sawyer from the Kalos League, Sawyer always used to memorize everything, write everything down, research his opponents like mad. But with them doing this, it did actually remind me of Sawyer quite a bit. Anyway, Decidueye goes for the Z move, and it's none other than the Decidueye special Z move. Can't remember what it's called, but it's Decidueye's own signature Z move. Anyway, the Z move flies at Rowlet and hits the Decidueye outfit. Somehow Rowlet's managed to get out of the outfit and dodge it completely. Anyway, once the dust has settled, Rowlet's looking pretty sad because his outfit's destroyed. He had to tear out of it to escape. And that's actually where the episode ends. They end it on a cliffhanger, which means next episode we will get to see the climax of that battle and we get to see who is the winner there. So yeah, that is where the episode ends. Now I thought this episode, like I said in the beginning, was a pretty good episode. I thought it was a lot better than the episode last week. And I'm also going to make a point saying that some of the animations, all the Z moves and a couple of the other animations was very well done. It felt like we've seen the Z moves before, but it still seemed like they were really animated, really well done there. So the title is Overcome Decidueye. I mean, during this episode, Rowlet hasn't really overcome him, so it's a bit... So it's leading up to the next episode, I will say, the title. What can I say about the interest of the episode? I thought the interest was very good. But would I recommend it this episode? Absolutely. I thought it was an incredible episode. Really well done. Really good animated. Really good lots of action. Really good training moments. Anything like that. So my overall opinion of the episode, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a lot better than last week, like I keep saying. I thought it was one of the better episodes. Pretty good episode there. But that is where I'm going to leave this episode off. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you want to see these. Like I said, I'll be bringing one of these every single week until the end of the Sun and Moon anime. And maybe into the next one, we'll have to see there. Comment down below in the comment section if you want to ask any questions. And finally, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you next week with another video. Bye till then.